Welcome to the Rundown. I'm Carlos Del Cid. The fall concert took place on Friday, October 4th. If there's ever an event that can bring the Rider community together, it's a concert with multiple genres such as We the Kings and Kelly Rowland. Students expressed their opinions about the concert. Rider is home to the BLC, the SRC, Cranberries, and much more. But not many students know that there's also an organic garden and that there is ways to be part of it. We got special details about Rider's hidden gem. A big part of making Rider a better school is becoming more energy efficient and helping out the earth. A main reason that is possible on campus is because of the work eco-reps do. Art, poetry, friends, and overall great atmosphere as Rider hosts Brownwater. An open mic poetry slam are just an opportunity to get your talents across to the campus. So sit back and enjoy what students think about Rider's artists. Saturday, October 5th was the finale of Rider's Got Talent, and to say the least, Rider's talent doesn't disappoint. We got students' reactions. All that plus your Rider Sports Report, Entertainment Beat, and Game Chat. Don't go anywhere. The Rundown starts right now. A lot to cover this week. Needless to say, it was an interesting week at Rider. We begin with fan reactions of Rider's own fall concert. The famous rock group and former Destiny's Child singer Kelly Rowland certainly didn't disappoint. And for all the coverage of what Rider loved about the amazing performance, reporter Lucia White has it all covered.
I swear I gotta make you mine.
This year's fall concert did not disappoint. From Captain to the highly anticipated We the Kings, as well as the headliner Miss Kelly Rowland, there was a variety of music that anyone could enjoy. We caught up with students after the concert to see what they thought of it.
I loved the concert. I thought it was very entertaining. I thought the music selection was amazing.
I thought it was interesting because for the past couple of years there's always been some kind of rap or hip-hop artist, but the fact that there's Kelly Rowland is considered R&B and We the Kings is like pop and rock, I thought it was a nice mix between the two genres.
I thought the concert was really cool. It was my first concert. I'm a transfer, so I'm a junior, and it's my first fall concert that I ever been to.
I was pretty stoked to come watch her because I mean she's from Destiny Child and she knows Beyonce and she's
Rider's choice for another R&B artist did not disappoint, getting rave reviews, but many students felt that We the Kings were the highlight of the night.
I'm not a huge Kelly Rowland fan. I mean, she was good when she first came on, but I think We the Kings was definitely the big headliner.
Really cool. We the Kings is my favorite. Kelly Rowland was pretty cool, but We the Kings definitely stole the show. It was really good.
After this concert, students have high expectations for next year's choice. Will it live up to their hopes? I guess we will have to find out. For the Rundown, I'm Lucia White.
Thanks, Lucia. Everybody loves being healthy, and Rider provides a rather unknown option towards eating better. That option is through the organic garden. The location may be unknown to many students, but reporter Anita Chimenko has the inside scoop.
The Rider community is diverse and endless in opportunities for its students. Most recently, students are becoming involved with the campus's very own organic garden.
Catherine Jaworski, a sophomore studying sociology, talks about how she got involved with Rider's Green Acres.
I started volunteering there last fall through the Honor Scholars Program, and I wanted to get more involved, so I contacted Dr. Laura Hyatt and started out as a co-manager last year and a garden manager over the summer and now into the fall. We're in the garden 3 days a week. On Thursday, we harvest first from 9 to 10, and then we run our giveaways from 11:30 to 1. And what we do is we give away all the produce that we have available, and in exchange for taking produce from us, we just ask you to serve in the garden an hour. In order to receive more information, we have a listserv email, so they can just contact me or anyone else. The garden is located right next to Daly's, in between the Vaughn Clubhouse and the Daly's parking lot.
Bonner students like Natasha Fuller also put their time towards the garden as their site of choice. Produce from Rider's Green Acres also goes towards the Mercer County Board of Social Services to families without access to healthy foods.
Our program director came up and asked me to be the team leader, and it's always something I've been passionate about, is food and food insecurity, and healthy, sustainable living.
Oh, wow.
So right now, yeah, we're just doing a lot of weeding, and we're starting to plant a lot of our fall harvest products, so that'll be good. We've got like kale and lettuce and arugula and tomatoes, so lots of fun stuff.
I spoke with Dr. Laura Hyatt, who made Ryder's Green Acres possible.
Get that project going. I was teaching Bio 116, which is our intro botany class, and I realized students had no idea where their food came from. I started with a Food of the Week project where I gave students things that were connected to what we were talking about in class to eat and taste, and I realized, kids had never had kumquats and quinoa and spirulina and all these other things, so I started with that, and then I realized that, it needed to go further. And so we started a garden out by the greenhouse a couple years ago, and that went very well, and in conversations with facilities and with the variety of commitments across campus, we built our garden that's now out behind Daly's. Actually, a bunch of the community members came together and contributed to the making of a cookbook that's still in the process of being produced. It's full of photographs from our garden and recipes from our garden users, and part of it is in Spanish and part of it is in German, and it was a really great BHP senior capstone project. So it's interesting because organic produce is not really all that much better for you as a consumer than conventional produce. However, the environmental cascades of the way that food is made is huge. So if you're eating food that's covered with pesticides, the land on which it was grown was covered in pesticides. All those pesticides have washed off into water and streams and all over the environment. And so by buying organic, you are voting for protecting the environment more than you are improving your own health. But at the same time, it's a great way, you're sort of indirectly helping your own health.
The Organic Garden is working to expand its volunteer base. Students of all majors and departments are welcome to join the team. Contact Catherine Jaworski for more details. For The Rundown, I'm Anita Chimeka.
Thanks, Anita. Going green is one of the most important topics in the world. The events and work Ryder does to make that process a successful one is all thanks to the Eco-Reps. With all the information about Eco-Reps, here's Haley Morse.
With the growing concern of Earth's carbon footprint, more people are doing their part to lead a more eco-friendly lifestyle. Ryder is no exception. The Eco-Reps are an organization of students that strive to promote sustainability on campus and reduce Ryder's carbon footprint by raising awareness.
I personally wanted to become an Eco-Rep. My freshman year when I learned what an Eco-Rep was, I knew I wanted to do it. I've always been interested in, going green, being sustainable as much as I possibly can. And the fact that I can teach my peers and other faculty and staff about how to be sustainable is just like a dream come true to me.
I spoke with students to find out what they are doing to reduce their own carbon footprint.
I mean, honestly, when I lived at home, I used to run pretty much everywhere. I never took a car anywhere. I mean, of course, excessive distances, like, say, I live in upstate New York. If I was going to Albany, which is an hour away from me, of course I'd take a car. It'd take a couple days to get there, but if it was around town, I'd pretty much run wherever I was going.
A good way to go green is to cut down on plastic bottles so you can get a reusable bottle.
The Eco-Reps have already improved Ryder's campus with projects such as the TerraCycle Health and Beauty Brigade.
The Eco-Reps have gone and placed these bright green baskets in all of the residence hall bathrooms, and on the basket is a sign that says everything that can go in it, and it's everything from shampoo bottles to lotion to chapstick tubes to shaving cream, all the stuff that you would get at a drugstore. All that packaging goes into those buckets. They collect it and then we send it off to TerraCycle, and what they do is they shred that packaging and they make a Trex-like material, and then they can make outdoor furnishings and fencing and benches and things like that to sell.
This year, the Eco-Reps have invited celebrity guest speaker Adrian Grenier to Ryder's campus to advocate for sustainability.
He's got a website. He has been doing documentaries. He's just, he has a home in Brooklyn where he has his own organic garden, and, there was so much that we found out about him that it's just awesome.
Ryder may bleed cranberry, but its campus is going green. For The Rundown, I'm Haley Morse.
Thanks, Haley. What's better than a night filled with students that are ready to entertain the campus? Brownwater is held several times during the year, and anyone that wants to express themselves or show some talent can participate. Reporter Alexis Bonamassa has more.
Hello, this is Alexis Bonamassa reporting on Brownwater, an open mic event held in the Ryder Pub. Raul Cortez Jr. was the host of Brownwater, and we had the chance to talk to him.
Is this your first time here at Brownwater?
No, this is not my first time. I've been involved with Brownwater since 2008.
What are you doing here tonight at Brownwater?
I will be co-hosting with one Ryder student, another ex-Ryder student who graduated, and I will also be performing 2 poems.
Do you see yourself doing any other events here at Ryder this year?
Definitely. I always love and support the coffee house. I haven't been performing at it too long, but any cultivation of art anywhere is something that I truly support and desire to support and get involved with as much as I can.
We also heard from Brownwater's president, Junior Alexander Kettles.
What is Brownwater?
Brownwater is Ryder University's open mic that we have weekly here. It starts around 9 o'clock and runs till about midnight.
And what do you expect to see here tonight at Brownwater?
I expect to see anything, really. Gospel singers, we have poets come out, we have rappers, acoustic guitar players, we've had bands here. My first time here, we had a magician, so belly dancers. We can have anything tonight. That's why it makes it such a great club.
And do you have any other events that are coming up?
November 20th, as part of Hunger and Homeless Awareness Week here on campus, I'm going to have the Trenton Area Soup Kitchen in here, which division they call the Share Project, which is like a lot of artistic people come in, a lot of poets, and they have a band that comes in, art students as well. So we're going to have them showcased during Hunger and Homeless Awareness Week to draw some attention to some people that might need a little bit more help.
Freshman Esther Akidumiju was one of the first to perform at Brownwater singing Killing Me Softly by Lauryn Hill. Rapper J.Y. Douglas was another performer, and we were able to hear about his past experiences at Brownwater.
Is this your first time here tonight at Brownwater?
First time performing, but I've been here before, just checking anything out or whatever.
And what are you performing here tonight at Brownwater?
I'm gonna do like 2 songs. One called For You, you know what I'm saying? It's another one for the ladies. So I got y'all. Just check me out.
Are you thinking you're going to perform here again at Brownwater?
Yeah, okay, yeah, I like it. It's a good scene, nice or whatever.
The performance here tonight at Brownwater were definitely worth another watch. There will be more Brownwater events for the remainder of the year. For the Rundown, I'm Alexis Bonamassa.
Thanks, Alexis. Staying on the topic of students with talent, the finale of Ryder's Got Talent finally gave us answer to who is one of the most talented students at Ryder. Plus, students got a free entertainment. With all the details, here's reporter Katie Rust.
Ryder's Got Talent was held at the Yvonne Theater last Saturday night. Let's check it out.
So, Ryder's Got Talent, they say. I'm on stage where in just a few moments we're going to see exactly what they're talking about. There's going to be 6 acts as well as 3 guest acts tonight.
I expect to see a lot of talent. I know that I went to the first part of Ryder's Got Talent, and a lot of students have a lot of potential, and I think it's an awesome opportunity for the winner to be able to perform on Parents' Weekend. There was a magic act at the first round, and it was absolutely awesome. So I'm rooting for him tonight. We'll see how it goes.
Just to see, I have a lot of people on the dance team I know to support everybody, and just to have fun tonight. It's an outing, with all my boys over there, pretty much.
We even caught some of the performers and got to talk to them before they went on.
Not only am I performing with the Vibes, but I will be doing a comedic self-written monologue. I'm really excited, and it's all about a Jewish camp counselor. It's a little quirky, a little funny, but overall it's kind of endearing. You know this kid, you love this kid. So.
I'm going to be performing an Indian song on my violin. I expect to be happy and confident while I'm playing, and
The 3 guest acts of the night included an exciting routine by the Ryder dance team, a sensational performance by the Ryder Vibes, and to close out the show, last year's R Factor champs delivered a show-stopping duet. Throughout the night, students were left on the edge of their seats waiting to see if their favorite performer would get X'd. After the show, we got to talk with a runner-up and the winner.
Performing in front of an audience that's so responsive was just a beautiful experience, and I did it twice, which was even better. And I'm not going to be able to do it again, but, it was a good learning experience. But I wrote it based on my high school experiences, so, it was very personal to me. Maybe it didn't shine through with everybody, but I was very happy with my performance.
I'm doing magic professionally for 9 years. It feels pretty good. I'm really excited.
The contestants seem very enthusiastic about doing something like this again.
I'm just glad that I get to get exposure for, because I'm a spoken word artist and I've done it multiple times. So I get to get exposure for open mic nights, for like anyone that, sees me around campus. They know who I am, which is really awesome because they just come up to me and they're like, hey, Ruth, you did a great job. So I'm like, you know what? That's the kind of stuff that I look forward to.
Absolutely. Anytime I have a talent show possibility, I'll jump into it just for fun.
All the competitors at Riders Got Talent brought their A game, but Magic Mike came out on top. For the rundown, I'm Katie Rust.
Thanks, Katie. What's Rider without all the sports? So let's find out the latest in athletic world for Rider. Here's Keith Anderson for this week's Sport Report.
Thanks, Carlos. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of the Sports Report. I'm Keith Anderson. This week in Rider Sports, the women's soccer team improved to 4-0 at home after losing 3 straight on the road with a win over St. Peter's by the score of 3-1. One of the main highlights of the game was when freshman Priscilla Santos scored her first collegiate goal. Freshman Holly Kelsch and senior Jennifer Meyer each scored a goal in the Rider victory as they improved to 5-6 on the season. They will look to reach the 500 mark on Saturday when they host Iona. In other news, tonight in the Alumni Gym will be Midnight Madness, as the Rider community celebrates the opening of the 2013-14 men's and women's basketball seasons. On Thursday, a member of the Rider cross country team was named NJ Scholar of the Year. Megan Elgin was named the Collegiate Athletic Administrators of New Jersey Student Athlete of the Year for the 2012-13 academic year. Rider cross country coach Bob Hammer had this to say: "This is a great honor for Megan. She is an outstanding student, athlete, and person. She has maximized her potential in all of her endeavors, and she has made a significant impact at Rider. We are very proud to have Meg as part of our program." Well, that's all we have for you on this week's segment. To find out more about any of the sports covered in today's segment, make sure you visit GoBronx.com. For the Rundown Sports Report, I'm Keith Anderson. Have a good day.
Thanks, Keith. Hollywood celebrities, crazy stories, all that and more. Here's James Rona for this week's Entertainment Beat.
Thanks, Carlos. Hey guys, I'm James Rona, and this is your Entertainment Beat for this week. We all know that Ariel Castro, the convicted Cleveland kidnapper, died while he was in jail. But new investigations into his death may shock you. Let's take a look. Ohio officials suggest in a new report it's possible Cleveland kidnapper Ariel Castro may have died of autoerotic asphyxiation, not suicide. A report from the Ohio Department of Rehabilitation and Correction says Castro's pants and underwear were pulled down to his ankles when he was found. It also says Castro did not leave a suicide note, and multiple levels of assessment did not find tendency towards suicide. Ariel Castro was found dead in his prison cell on September 3rd, just over a month after he was sentenced to a life sentence plus 1,000 years in jail. The Cleveland kidnapper was found hanging in his solitary cell, so his death was immediately ruled a suicide. From convicted criminals to new fathers, let's talk about Kanye West. West recently confirmed on Jimmy Kimmel Live that he will get violent if a photographer crosses the line of what he feels as private material. Despite facing criminal battery charges for provoking a paparazzi member at LAX, in his televised appearance on the Jimmy Kimmel Live show, rapper Kanye West sent a message that anyone that crosses him is not safe and that no one should forget that he is from Chicago. He was quoted as saying, quote, "We bring something of joy to the world. I should be respected and such when I walk on the street. Never think I'm not from Chicago for 1 second. I understand you gotta get your money and it's hard out there, but it's a lack of decency," end quote. Rapper Kanye West has made it pretty clear that he will continue to defend his family and fight photographers with force if they cross what he feels as private material. From rappers to high school musical stars, Zac Efron has recently come out of rehab for cocaine addiction. But is his new home not the most healthy place to resist the temptation? A source at TMZ says no. Fresh off of a rehab trip for cocaine addiction, Zac Efron recently spent $3.9 million on his new Hollywood home. However, his new crib is allegedly well known as one of the biggest Hollywood party pads. Last year, Sean Kingston was living large bachelor style in this same house. Sources say it was a pool party house where some of the most ungodly events went down. According to a source for TMZ, Sean's ragers were so off the hook, guests had to sign a non-disclosure agreement and then be photographed holding the piece of paper before they could even get past the door. Let's just hope Zac Efron can stay strong and fight the urge to go back to his partying ways. While we're on the topic of Disney stars, let's talk about everyone's favorite former Disney star, Miley Cyrus. She has allegedly been offered a cool $1 million contract to be in a porno. What's the kicker? It'd be behind the camera as the director. Let's take a look. An adult film company is offering Miley Cyrus a $1 million porn deal to get behind the camera and direct a XXX rated flick. GameLink, an online adult store founded in 1993 that dubs itself one of the leading international online retailers of adult entertainment, wants Cyrus to direct a porn flick for a cool $1 million, according to TMZ. Apparently, this isn't even the first time the pop star has been offered a gig in the adult industry. Last year, after Cyrus filmed a music video for Decisions featuring porn star Jessie Andrews, Sex.com offered to compensate her quote-unquote extremely well if she agreed to film a softcore girl-on-girl makeout session with Andrews. However, whether Cyrus would actually take the most recent deal seems highly unlikely. She certainly doesn't need the money, and directing porn probably wouldn't add much to her artistic credibility. And that's all I've got for your entertainment beat this week, and now, back to you, Carlos.
Thanks, James. Our newest segment, all about the world of video games, including reviews, storylines, and all the details. Here's Jamal Forney and Chris Newrohr for this week's Game Chat.
Hey guys, welcome back to Game Chat, where we of course cover the latest news and reviews in the video game world. I'm Jamal.
And I'm Chris.
This week we're talking about the releases of the two new Pokemon games, Pokemon X and Y, the release of the newest PlayStation 3 exclusive game, Beyond Two Souls, and some world record-breaking Grand Theft Auto news.
The latest games in the Pokemon series have finally released. As the first fully 3D Pokemon game and the first Pokemon made for the 3DS, developer Game Freak has a lot to live up to. And according to multiple review sites, they have fully lived up to its promise, with a Metacritic score of 88 and 89 for X and Y respectively. IGN found that the game was a successful transition to a 3D world, calling it an even more social, beautiful, and strategic game, compared to its predecessors. While they felt that the game refined many of the series' familiar features, such as battling and trading, the story and character personalities were considered pretty disappointing for a predominantly single-player RPG. While Edge praised the 3D graphics and the frequent surprises, they claimed some of the series' original magic had been lost across so many iterative updates, and criticized the framerate, which dipped dramatically, occasionally approaching single digits. So overall, it seems that the latest Pokemon games are pretty good, despite some minor flaws that may annoy some players.
Beyond Two Souls is the latest game from Heavy Rain developer Quantic Dream and director David Cage. It's an interactive drama action-adventure video game starring Ellen Page and Willem Dafoe. Unlike Pokemon X and Y, the reviews for this game have been all over the place, with an overall Metacritic score of 73. GameSpot gave the game a 9 out of 10, praising its well-developed characters with evolving personalities and its grounded story that examines human fallings. IGN criticized the game for making the gaming experience too passive and unrewarding, and its plot too muddy and unfocused, giving it a 6 out of 10. Joystick criticized its lack of solid character interaction and unbelievable plot, noting its unintended silliness. In general, reviewers praised the character of Jodie Holmes and actress Ellen Page. Many reviewers also praised other actors and the amount of details in the game's animations and graphics. So overall, Beyond Two Souls has proven to be a unique yet divisive game that you should really play for yourself to see what you think of it.
After its extremely successful launch, it has been revealed that Grand Theft Auto V officially holds 7 Guinness World Records. The records are best-selling action-adventure video game in 24 hours, best-selling video game in 24 hours, highest-grossing video game in 24 hours, highest revenue generated by an entertainment product in 24 hours, fastest video game to gross $1 billion, fastest entertainment property to gross $1 billion, and most viewed trailer for an action-adventure video game. The only question left to wonder is what will the 8th record be? What did you think about the game Beyond Two Souls?
Well, it's a very unique, interesting game. It's like an interactive drama game. So you play as this character, Jodie Holmes, who's Ellen Page, as you probably heard. And the plot of the game is you're this girl who has this spiritual entity connected to her. And so throughout the gameplay, you switch between the two characters, and it creates kind of interesting gameplay situations. So when you're playing as Jodie, you just like walk around and interact with the environment. And if you interact with like characters throughout the story, different options appear, like to lie to them or to tell the truth, and different ways to go about to cause different scenarios in the game.
Yeah, I saw the trailer. I haven't actually played the game, but I was thinking that the game looks kind of interesting because there's so many different like settings of the game. There's the desert, and then it magically jumps, and you're in Winterland, and it just jumps all over the place. I wasn't really sure where the game was going with that.
Yeah, some of the early reviews were like, it's kind of like unfocused and stuff. So some of all the environments might cause a problem later on. I just started playing this week, and it's been pretty good so far, but it's interesting because the way the game plays, it's like, it's not in chronological order. So before a level starts, it's like randomly placed, really, by like the game developers or whatever. So you don't start in the beginning of like her life. You start like in the middle. It goes to like when she's young, and then when she's old. So it's interesting how they do that, but I don't know what the point is.
Yeah, I've never really seen a game that actually has different chronological orders. It's never been. It's usually just go to this point, do this thing, and then you go through the story of that character, and at the end there's an ending. But this game seems like it's going to be, you're this character, but you're going to be here, and then you're going to be going back in time, and it's kind of confusing. Whereas our actual other game, GTA 5,
very different.
It's a very different. You actually have 3 different characters that you follow all at the same time, straight on storyline. So what we're going to talk about is GTA 5 Online.
Yeah, so I actually didn't play much GTA Online, but I saw my roommate playing, and I just know it has a ton of issues so far.
Yeah.
So what do you think of it?
There's definitely a lot of issues. Basically, the first time I played the game, there was a glitch where there was a character who was completely invisible. I couldn't even see the character, and there's been many, many glitches. Recently, Rockstar actually released something that they're going to give out GTA 5 online money in-game so that they can patch up all of the hard, I don't know.
Yeah, basically,
you have anything to say about that?
Well, yeah, just to like repay the players for dealing with all the mess ups they've had.
Exactly.
I've heard about it. So yeah, but how's the gameplay? Have you been playing with friends and stuff?
I have. The gameplay is actually really well done. You start missions, you can free roam. It's a really large game.
So it's basically like single player, but with friends and stuff, and a ton of fun. So
it's a really fun game.
So hopefully everything gets fixed up with the game, but for now, this is Game Chat, and I'm Jamal.
I'm Chris.
See you guys later.
Thanks, Jamal and Chris. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for this week. So this concludes the episode of Rundown. But we will be back next week, and don't forget to follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook to stay in the latest loop of Ryder's official TV news program. I'm Carlos Del Cid, and from all of us here at Rundown, thanks for watching. Have a nice week.